How's it going, friends? LUIGINATOR here for another LUIGINATOR podcast, and merry day after Christmas! Because it's not day after Christmas right now, but it's the 26th as most of you are listening to this. So happy day after Christmas, and happy Hanukkah, because there's a Hanukkah gift right there too for you guys. And today we have, it's nice and cozy, it's the OG crew, it's just me and Sam. Sam, say hello.
Original gangsta! Happy day after Christmas, or the day after Christmas, depending on when you're watching this.
Yeah, if you're watching this any day, just remember that, if you're watching this any day that's not the 26th, just remember that technically it is always both the day after Christmas and the day before Christmas, because it is always a day that came after a Christmas, and it is technically also a day that has come before a Christmas. So it's always really exciting and really disappointing.
That sentence confused me, but I will agree to it.
Yeah! And today we are going to be discussing a very heartwarming topic. Last podcast, we talked about things that we were thankful for from media this year. And that could have been anything that, whether or not it directly impacted us or not. But this time, we will be discussing personal stories, personal cherished memories from media this year. So it could be a happy video game story, a happy movie story, a happy TV show story, etc., etc. And also, before I jump in and start us off, I would like to go ahead and announce it again, because I've said it before, but it's been a long time. If you guys ever want us to talk about anything, if you guys ever want to hear a certain thing discussed, or want to have something announced, you can come into the LUIGINATOR server, which is linked below, and you can jump into the Cool Kids chat club over here, and you can submit whatever you want, and we'll shout it out during the podcast, or we will ask the question, and we'll all discuss it with everybody who's here during the podcast, just as a little outreach to you guys. You guys can always have a hand in this as much as you want.
Oh my gosh, we do shout-outs now? Holy shoot.
I done been doing shout-outs. If you want me to shout you out, I'll shout you out, baby. Just bear in mind that audience is only 334 strong, which, by the way, if you're one of the 20 people who joined this channel in the past 28 days, you have no idea how much that means to me, man. Sam, I'm literally sitting pretty on a pile of 15 new people, and the trend is still increasing. And that's in the past less than a month.
Hey, hold on. Shut up, phone.
Oh no, Sam, you didn't mute your phone.
Oh,
you ruined
God.
the podcast.
Hang on, that's for you, baby. Congratulations on your subscribers.
Oh.
Damn.
All right, Sam, you redeemed yourself. Also, yeah, so it's the 22nd right now, so Sam and I have a little bit more wiggle room, but it is the 26th at least for y'all, so that means at most you have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. At most, you guys have 6 more days to binge watch the entirety of The Office. So have fun, guys, because it's about to leave Netflix. It's about to, yes, that's The Office.
That's
Michael Scott!
Who's the girl with red hair?
That's, it's not Phyllis. Phyllis is always the first name that I think of because I really love Phyllis. Hey, Phyllis, because I know the actress's name is also Phyllis. Phyllis, if you ever want to be on the podcast, I would absolutely love to have you. Please, please, please be on the podcast. No, that's Meredith. Meredith, I also loved you in the show. Meredith, I would love to have you on the podcast. Please, please, please be on the podcast.
If we actually end up, if this podcast, skyrockets and we have a celebrity on this podcast and... if knock on wood, if I'm not in it, I'm gonna be really upset, and I'm gonna demand a months of heads up notice, when's the next celebrity?
I'm gonna get a celebrity, and it's gonna be a surprise. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have them join first, and I'm gonna have them change their profile picture and their username to just Dylan's normal thing, so real Ethan or whatever. And then I'll be like, all right, and today we have the normal cast. We have me, we have Sam, we have Dylan, and we're supposed to have a guest. I'm not sure where the guest is. And then I'll have the real Dylan join and just be like, oh, sorry, I'm late, guys. And then you'll be like, wait, what? And then the celebrity is gonna speak, and it'll be I don't know, Nolan North. Nolan North, come be on the podcast. You're the first name I thought of, so you have to be on the podcast.
Freaking Nolan North would be an awesome one. Dude, people will want to listen to a podcast with Nolan North for his iconic and crispy clean voice.
Yes, like Markiplier. Markiplier, come be on the podcast. Hell yeah!
Markiplier seal.
I think Markiplier is the closest to a practical, a short-term achievable guest Like, normally we really jump the gun. Normally it's like, oh, man. And I thought to myself, oh, Jesus. By the way, Jesus, come be on the podcast. But, like, Markiplier is at least, like, you know, he's on YouTube, right? So that's, we both are famous. We both have mustache icons, all right? His is pink. Mine is a good jet black. Like, we can make that work. Markiplier, come be on the podcast and we'll talk about mustaches. It'll be a good time.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me Markiplier's a YouTuber?
I know, right?
What?
I
thought he was just a normal gamer, like all the other cool kids.
Well, Sam, let me tell you right now, he is. He's both. He's got the best of both worlds. Miley Cyrus. Never mind, I don't really want Miley Cyrus on the podcast, I'll be honest. That sounds rude. I'm sorry. I don't think that I could. That sounds really rude. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to come across like that. I don't know. I don't think we'd have a lot to talk about. No, don't post that. God. Okay, well, so one of the first things that I was one of my favorite memories from this year involving media was going to see. Sam, you were there. We got to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Heck yeah, we did.
We got to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie this year, and that movie was surprisingly good. Like, I know everybody had the same initial reaction when we all saw the design, because everybody saw the design and thought, all right, well, I want to die, which, you know, that was fair. We saw that a little bit of the last podcast. If you haven't seen the last podcast, go see the last podcast. And if you haven't seen the original design for the live-action CG Sonic the Hedgehog, probably go ahead and don't. So everybody had the same reaction of not knowing how the film was going to go. And I honestly, seeing trailers for it and hearing the writing that was in the trailers, I thought the writing was gonna be garbo. But I was very pleasantly surprised. Yeah, there were a couple of moments in it where it was very Smurfy, Alvin and the Chipmunksy in terms of the dialogue. But I'll be real, most of that seemed to be restricted to, like, the humans. It really felt like they were like, okay guys, we can make them say whatever we want, but we have to be at least a little cautious with Sonic. Which is fair, you know, it's not fair. You should treat every character with the same importance, even if they're just, seem like a just one-off character. That's storytelling. That's my opinion on storytelling. But
it's also such a back and forth with, like, video game movies of, like, whether or not it's going to be a live action with the CGI video game character or an all animated movie, which, frankly, I think people should lean towards more all animated movies because, one, more freedom, as I said in many other podcasts before, and two, freaking, you can avoid situations of original CGI Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, he could just look normal.
Although, okay, I will say, and this is, Sam, I guess this is the freebie, me bringing up Banjo-Kazooie for this one.
Sure.
That, I will say that hand-drawn animation isn't necessarily exempt from that, and the Banjo-Kazooie cartoon, as much as I would love, you know, a Banjo-Kazooie cartoon, that'd be really, really cool. So this is the concept art for the Banjo cartoon that was apparently in the works at around the same time as the Viva Pinata cartoon that, yes, exists. And that...
Hang on, I just want to say this real quick.
What?
Sorry to cut you off, but
Wow.
I know I've seen this before, but I'm going to say the same thing. But look at his big, meaty claws.
Who, Banjos or Mumbos?
The answer is yes.
You know what? That's fair. But yeah, no, and so it just, like, you know, 2D is not necessarily exempt from that. I think that it all really comes down to getting yourself a character designer who really, really cares about the character, which is a lot of times to say the care sound, because I just said that so much between saying care and character, and now through this explanation about how I said care and character a lot, and that's why I said care a lot. But because the guy that they got to design Sonic, or at least help with the redesign for Sonic, was one of the head artists for Sonic Mania, if I remember correctly. And that's really cool, man. Like, that, I think that's what I want to see. And I was gonna say I hope that's what they do with Universal's Mario movie, but A, I don't trust Illumination Animation to ever do anything good, and B, I think that Nintendo is gonna stay on top of them so much. I mean, they may as well be using models from the video games for that movie for all we know. And I'd be fine with that, you know, like, it would look good. You know, you can stretch your design a little bit, because that's what the Sonic design did. The Sonic design was not, like, a carbon copy, but... it makes its own thing, but it doesn't lose the heart of the original, especially not the way that the original one did. And I'm sorry for all those who I just told don't look at it, but I'm posting a comparative here.
Oh boy, here comes Seth. Yep, there he is. There's his
These are from like the same shot, the same like part of dialogue as each. Like I just don't. I still like a part of me still thinks that the first design, just blatantly awful design, was a marketing ploy, and that they never actually intended it to be the real design. Part of me really feels that way.
I just don't know like what to believe. Like even like what you said earlier about like what character is like more like out and about, or like how the character or how the CGI character is like interpreting the dialogue. Like you can clearly see like the original design is just like I'm looking at you and talking to you, and while the other one is just like I'm talking to you and moving around while I'm talking to you. So it's just like the new design's more alive and actually looks, you know, okay to look at, and the other one is like, you know, gouge your eyes out.
Yeah, it's just I just don't understand.
I don't understand why this is becoming a thing. I'm not angry about it. It's just something I've noticed. I know a lot of other people have noticed. What is with like the all of a sudden like, okay, now we're doing this. Why is it all of a sudden we're now making Sonic's arms blue?
I don't know.
That started at Sonic Boom, and before that, like it was just like some mishaps with like some of the like artists and shit like that. But like now it's just like, all right, his arms are blue. Fuck it.
Well, are they doing that in the mainline games now too?
No, because modern Sonic still has like the tan arms.
Tan arms.
And,
okay.
And
well,
so does classic Sonic.
Like looking at this design right here, I really don't think that having the tan arms would work. I think that having the tan arms wouldn't gel as well. I'll be real.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks better from an artistic standpoint having the blue arms here. And honestly, I think that that's it. I think that when you stretch him out, it just makes more sense to have blue. I cannot properly explain why that is, but it just, I don't know, it just feels more right.
So what you're saying is, everybody needs to stretch out Sonic even more?
No, I think that is a horrifying concept.
Because they already stretched them out a little bit with modern Sonic, then they stretched them out more with Sonic Boom, and then they kind of like left that same stretched out here.
That is nightmare fuel. I do not like that.
That's what they flippin' did! They keep stretching them out!
Well, okay, but you could stretch him out, but you just have to make him a little bit wider to accommodate for it, right? That's how that works. So if you stretch him taller, you also have to make him stouter, like a tall dwarf.
So what you're saying is, if you want to make Sonic taller, you gotta make him fatter?
Yeah, yes.
Are you trying to bring back Chunky Hog?
Hold on. Oliver, my cat is going wild. He does not like us talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Oliver, we're gonna keep talking about Sonic the Hedgehog for a couple minutes. Probably. I don't know. I was vibing with this conversation. Oliver.
Is this what you want, Caleb? Is this
Wait,
it?
what I want? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Sam.
You freaking nature? Is this what you want? The next Sonic movie? You want him to gobble up a bunch of chili dogs?
I was looking away at my cat and I turned back and I had to see that. God. Oh, I hate that. I hate you. Why'd you make me see that? Wow. Stop it! Don't post more with words! I am angry.
See, his arms are blue. This is what you want, isn't it?
I do not want that. I'm trying to get it out of my head. I'll be real. I'm not looking at it. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna drown it out with some of my favorite gifts. I'm gonna drown it out with that one. And we'll use that one. And that one.
Fingertips.
And let's go with this classic. Yeah, there we go. God, I love have you ever seen the fingertips video?
No.
Please go, it's so short. Please go look up the fingertips video. Everyone watching this, pause the podcast, go look up the fingertips video, and then come back and comment while you're there. Comment on the animator's video and say, hey, you should come be on the LUIGINATOR podcast. You know, I'm starting to think that I think that we should change the sponsorship jar. We should amend it to be the sponsorship and cameo jar, because we have gotten to the point where the new running thing is no longer sponsor us. The new running thing really is, hey, come be on the podcast.
Well, also, that is, you are right on that. But also, I was going to say, like, you realize with this podcast just starting off, and then the other podcast, and I think the podcast before that, we were doing a lot of, hey, before you finish the rest of this podcast, go finish blank, or go watch blank. So, you do realize that if anyone tunes into this podcast and has not seen any of the previous other podcasts, and will actually follow instructions, they're going to be like, okay, I got to go back and watch this podcast. Okay, now, while watching this podcast, I got to watch this video, and then this video, and then this video, and then this podcast, and then a week later, then they're gonna finish this podcast.
Look, guys, I'm just gonna be real with you. If you are following the orders, no, I don't like that phrasing, back it up. If you are doing what we say, like if you're following our recommendations, thank you. Please continue. I think that it makes for a more fun experience when we all get joined together by doing some dumb stuff. And God knows we have never suggested anything here that was not completely stupid. Sam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that we have proposed something that someone should do here that was just smart.
No, well, all of our shit is dumb, but it's a fun dumb, so really you're not in the wrong watching and listening to this. But also, if you're consulted with too much Luiginator, consult your local doctor for how much Luiginator you can withstand per day.
There is no such thing as too much Luiginator, alright? That has been proven by science. There is no such thing. You should all go binge my videos, all of them, right now. Yeah, that's right.
But while you're at it, put on a mustache and watch the videos.
Yeah, get in the spirit of it. Sam, I was trying to find a good picture. I can't find the exact picture.
Can that be our fucking product line?
But
like, if we ever start selling products, can we sell mustaches?
Yeah, that would be really fun. I think I would love that.
I like that too.
Before we move on, I do have one more thing. I've been searching for a picture of the exact ones that I can't find, but I made a purchase for myself because I'm about to move to Atlanta, and so funds are really tight. And so I told myself, okay, well, I'm gonna let myself buy one thing to like tide me over, and I'm gonna post a picture of what they approximately look like.
You went outside. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, because I needed new shoes anyway. If you are listening to this as someone who has known me for years, you have known that for years, one of my staple identities points for my outfits is red shoes. And I saw this on an ad the other night when I was playing a game with Kat, and I was just like, well, Kat, I think I gotta, I think this is like all the stars aligned. It was like, I need new shoes. I'm looking for my one purchase that,
Nice. Yeah, I think those are really good. I did once have a conversation with myself. Yes, I talked to myself that if I ever buy Sonic shoes, I would want it to be Sonic shoes like the ones he has in the comics. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it while I'm talking about this. But the difference between like Sonic comic shoes and Sonic cartoon and video game shoes, you'll notice that like in the video games, like Sonic's like shoes, like they just have a flat silver surface on the bottom, while the other ones in the comics, they actually have like, terrain surfacing, if you know what I'm talking about.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
Like how it's not like the bottom of his shoes is not like a silver plate, it's like actual like how when you look at running shoes and you look at the bottom of them and they like kind of like curve in, they go in a little bit.
Oh, you mean the shoes that have like the fat arc, right?
Yes.
Right, like under the yes. Okay.
Like advanced.
Yeah, they were in the Sonic Adventure games too.
Well, no. Okay, well here I found a that.
There,
see, here's
yeah,
a
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The little arc. That's what I want. I want that arc. That's sick.
Yeah, the one on the left is just the flat silver surface ones, and the one on the right is kind of like the one that has the heavy arc. The ones with the heavy arc are just implied like he just grinds on railings a lot.
Yeah.
Those are not the shoes I'm talking about, and I'm sadly, I'm Googling is not helping me out here on finding the right pictures.
Oh, here, I found it. I know what you're talking about. I got you. Hold on. First thing, it's like the third image when I search. There you go. See, those, right? That's the one. Right?
Well, they'll still have well, it is the comics, but I guess they didn't update until like later in the modern series. More.
Hold the fucking phone. What is this? What is this? Look at the far right. What is happening there?
I can't. Oh, we don't talk about that.
What the hell? It looks
Have you never seen that?
No, it looks like Ed from Ed and Eddie fused with Tails.
Okay, well, TLDR with little spoilers if everyone wants to go and read that, because this is back with the Sonic Archie comics before they got switched to IDW. There was a point where I believe Tails went to an alien planet, because of course he did, and then in order to win a fight, he had to like fuse or use a like sort of like space rock. I don't think it was like a Chaos Emerald, but it was like some sort of like planet uniquely tied item, and it like powered him up, and he looked just like a swole Tails.
I need to find more pictures.
And everyone wanted to, I believe, just bleach their eyes. It was just, it was so weird to look at, and nobody forgot about
Sonic comic buff Tails, and it is the top thing. We have a full body image, friends. Here it is.
Yep, that's him.
Okay, also it's cutting off his dialogue over there, but clearly he is saying, "But is it dessert?" So muscular buff Tails wants to eat your ass. And here he is, cleaning up after. Nice. This is the quality content you come to this podcast for.
Can we just have a whole podcast talking about the Sonic comics? Because I will go all out.
Maybe. I like this one. I like this one a lot more. I don't know the artist. I'm gonna try and see if I can. Yeah,
Someone did that with Knuckles.
I really like the face on Sonic. Just how the hell did this happen? Oh, I found another one where he is hardcore. He is just spewing himself into the universe.
Oh yeah, it gets very like, because he's on a different planet, so that's why all this like weird space stupid weeaboo shit is happening.
Oh, I need to. Okay, I'm closing the Google search for Buff Tails because hey, if any.
Oh no, you get to the fanfics.
Yeah, if any of you Google Buff Tails, probably just don't do that. If that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. But oh man, I am not.
I'm gonna have to just like post it on a later day, like on a later podcast, because I am struggling to like find the right picture that perfectly resembles like the type of shoes I'm talking about. So next podcast, I'm gonna try and remind myself, and others can try to remind me about Sonic comic shoes. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I have never had to implement this rule before, but I have to implement this rule right now because we are probably a little bit over 20 minutes over. I am forcing a topic change because we have been talking about one topic for too long.
Okay.
So, Sam, what is a memory that you liked from that you know, the thing, the fucking, goddamn it, what, you know what the topic is, I don't gotta say it, I gotta do everything around here.
All right, deep breaths, it's okay, we got time. Wait, here, breathe in this brown paper bag that I found on the floor.
No, it smells like ketchupine. Go, Sam, go. What is the thing, the story that you do the do?
So here's the thing that I do with the story. So, what was my topic? Oh yeah. So, at this point, right by now, everyone is fully aware that Cyberpunk 2077 is out, and you're either playing it a lot because it is super fun, or you're waiting for it to get fixed before you start playing it, or you're not playing it at all. Either or. I don't care which one you are, as long as you support the game. I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 all the flippin' time, and I gotta say, I'm playing it on an Xbox One X and not a next-gen console, so yeah, it's not running perfectly, but it's still running enough where this is still fun to play with. And one of the funniest moments I've had was when, this is no spoilers by the way, was when I'm just walking around or doing one of the side quests with Keanu Reeves in my head, And at one point, because the whole point of Johnny Silverhand, he's got a lot to say, so there's a lot of like Keanu Reeves dialogue. And so at one point, like I'm just doing a side quest, and then Johnny Silverhand's supposed to like transition in and like have like some smart ass comment to say, but only like half of his body loads in, so it's just Johnny Silverhand's shoulders and head floating in front of me, and I'm supposed to be like interacting with him, and the whole time I'm just screaming, "Johnny, what happened to your legs?" Because I yelled that out loud, and I swear to God, I thought the game heard me, because then like Johnny's like, because the whole point is like he's like fucking with you, because so he was at one point he's not having legs on one side of the room. I say that, and then he pops right in front of me, and he said, "What the fuck do you know?" I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then the game crashed. I am not kidding. That is perfectly how it went down, and I was speechless, and I loved it.
See, Cyberpunk to me seems like one of the games where if that kind of thing happens in the game and you have a is the game listening moments, your brain might rightfully assume, well, it might be.
See, that's also really funny, because you go on YouTube right now and see like clips of Cyberpunk 2077. Constant Twitch streamers, like the moment they get asked how is Cyberpunk running, something stupid will happen. Like someone will walk through a door, a car will clip, and they're just like, well, does that answer your question? Like, it always feels like the game is listening, and it's so perfect. Like, sure, the game's not working as well as you want it to, but also, like, shit like this happening? This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Like, this is gonna get fixed later. Why not take advantage of it now? That's my theory.
I am just honestly enjoying watching everything unfold as an outsider who has no strong opinions one way or the other.
But you like Keanu Reeves, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Then we're on the same page.
Yeah, alrighty.
Keanu Reeves, come on the podcast.
I think that we've asked for him to come on the podcast.
I want to ask him again. He's so cool. He's so down to earth because of gravity. Haha, I get that joke.
He is a cool boy. I enjoy him a lot. Keanu Reeves, come on the podcast and talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't even care. We'll change the topic for you, baby. Yeah, just gonna let that sink in. Just gonna let it sit there for a minute. I'll play Cyberpunk someday, maybe.
I don't know if you can see it, but I put a GIF.
I can see it. I have the chat up, Sam.
Okay, but I'm also getting like tons of notifications in the Cool Kids Club. And I don't know if you're looking at that or looking at the official.
Yes,
right.
I have Cool Kids Chat Club is always up on my phone in case someone posts something. Just real quick, another announcement while we're between topics. So I haven't started it already because as you've seen on a couple of the past podcasts, my internet tends to disconnect at random here. We do not know why that happens. Thanks a lot, Charter Spectrum. But hopefully that is not going to continue happening when I move to Atlanta at the end of next week, or at the beginning of next week. So we're going to try and start live streaming these podcasts.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So, just so you're all aware, that is a thing that you could be expecting moving forward from here. Potentially the next podcast, which is January the 9th. Potentially January the 9th will be live streams. TBD, check the Discord for that. Roll Tide, I guess.
So you're moving to Atlanta next week?
Do what?
You're moving to Atlanta next week?
You just cut out real bad on my end. I have no idea what you just said.
Can you understand what I'm saying? Hello?
No, kinda. You keep going robot.
No!
Sam's a robot. Sam, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but please stop. It's scaring me and it's just excruciatingly well-timed. It's also not my internet. I can see it down there in the corner. It's not my internet, you big faker. You faking it? You're not even good enough to be my fake. Okay, well, Sam died. So while Sam is dead, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my next topic anyway, and then he'll tune back in the middle of it, and I've already talked about it with him, so he'll understand, because that's friendship, friends. That's what we could all have. Yeah, see, he could hear me. So one of my just favorite overall things that I discovered this year was Dead by Daylight, and I talked about it on the last podcast, but on the last podcast, it wasn't really talking about how I'm thankful for it. On the last podcast, it was more talking about, like, the one thing that I am not thankful for about it, which is Leatherface, so I'm not really going to talk about Leatherface right now. But what I will talk about is the fact that Dead by Daylight became a part of my gaming life this year. It's something that I play pretty routinely every day at this point, for a little bit, to the point of where I've honestly thought about swapping Team Fortress Tuesdays to be every other Tuesday is TF2, but then every other Tuesday is Dead by Daylight. But the only thing is I can't think of wordplay that makes Dead by Daylight sound fun with Tuesday, the way I have TF Tuesdays. I don't know. I've thought about doing Dead by Tuesday, so if Dead by Tuesday shows up, you know why.
Tuesday by Deadlight.
What?
Tuesday by Deadlight.
Day by Deadlight?
Yeah, because you can buy dead and day.
Well, but that doesn't work with Tuesday, though, you goober. That's the whole point.
I put Tuesday at the front, so it's Tuesday by Deadlight. Boom.
You ready, Sam? You ready?
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah. That's a buzzer for yes, I win.
No.
I got the correct answer. I got the correct answer. I'll go ahead and take my Nobel Prize.
Shut up!
There you go.
That's not. You don't get a Nobel Prize from the kazoo. I'm gonna delete your Nobel Prize. I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
I did it. I deleted your Nobel Prize. What are you gonna do, Alexander Graham Bell, who I don't think won a Nobel Prize?
Hang on. I'm there. Boom. That's what I gotta say about it.
That's fine. That you can have. It looks like the text is going backwards. That's weird. Anyway, okay. So yeah, no, Dead by Daylight. I really loved discovering Dead by Daylight. Shout out to Philip, who could not tragically be on this podcast, but he's probably going to be on the next one. Shout out to Philip. Philip got me hooked on it. Philip really got me hooked on horror as a whole, because I was never a horror person, and then Philip showed me Get Out, and then Philip showed me Silent Hill, which, as everybody at this point should know, I fucking love Silent Hill. But yeah, so Philip, thank you for that. Thank you for introducing me to Dead by Daylight, because I have so many tender, fond memories of that game. Like, I'll sometime, the other day, this will be my story to associate with this one, is from the other day, I was playing Dead by Daylight, and it was just me, and I'm playing as the hillbilly for missions, and I hate playing as the hillbilly, because I don't like the chainsaw. I like that this chainsaw is balanced, it's not Leatherface, but I just don't, the hillbilly's not my favorite. I like Pyramid Head, I really like the twins, I like the clown, but, so I'm sitting there playing as the hillbilly, and I've just been grinding games, and I want to have a chill game, and I'm walking through the mist, and I see survivors working on a generator, and me and the survivor at the same time stand up and stare at each other and freeze. And we look at each other, and I spin in a circle 3 times, and look, and he's still standing, and he crouches 3 times, and then slowly starts moving forward, and I slowly start moving forward, and we slowly edge our way forward step by step until we get to the point of where I could easily just lunge and hit him, right? And then we freeze, and he doesn't do anything for a solid 5 seconds, and then I just start spinning in place, and he starts rapidly crouching, and it was a signal to all of the survivors that we were all, literally this is what we did, only in reverse. I was the one spinning, he was the one crouching, and it was great, and it was literally just a universal, hey man, this is a friendly killer, let's do this, and it was just a full, 15-minute friendly game. All of us got, almost maxed out everything for blood points, and really, those are the games that I hold in my heart the most, is the friendly games like that. I don't do them often. I'll do them if I don't feel like it, but I am endlessly thankful for Dead by Daylight, and I cherish the memories I have made in that violent game. And I also had the thought the other day, I feel like we were supposed to get at least one more killer this year, but they had to, delay because of COVID.
Maybe.
What are your opinions on that, Sam?
I would really like it if they put Slender Man as a killer. We talked about this on a previous podcast, but I've also done some my own personal research, and some of the fans have already made their own when getting chased by Slender Man, this is the music you hear and this is how it's like tied to the game, but its own like Dead by Daylight twist. And after like listening to it, I'm just like, oh my god, listening to this alone will make me shit myself. And so if ever getting chased by Slender Man in Dead by Daylight, holy fuck. Like, holy fuck. I don't think I would be able to stand up. I would be so scared.
Okay, so I have very similar thoughts about another killer from another series, and I'm trying to find the right one because there are people like who have gone through and detailed this out, and I want to give a shout out to them because I really wanted one specific character from this franchise until I saw how well this one person had broken everything down and had really elucidated on what they wanted to see. So I can't find the proper breakdown in good quality right now, which is really unfortunate. But I would absolutely love to see Five Nights at Freddy's join Dead by Daylight. Apparently, the Dead by Daylight devs have already apparently mentioned at one point that they would love to see a Freddy's character in there. And for a long time, I was like, well, put Freddy in there. That makes the most sense. Until you pay attention to the lore of the games, at which point it stops making as much sense. But the main animatronic Springtrap is like the main killer of the whole series at this point. And so I think that it would be really, really cool for Springtrap to be a killer. Everybody talks about how they're like, oh, you should put like you should put a survivor in there. You should put Mike in there. You should put Jeremy in there. No, I don't. I think that this would be a paragraph. I don't think Five Nights at Freddy's would be a chapter. Or if it would be, I think it would be a chapter without a survivor, which to my knowledge, they haven't done yet. Because we've never seen any of the protagonists. We don't know what they look like. We know their names and we know some of their voices, but we don't know what they look like, so I don't think that it would be easy to adapt it. Unless they wait until the film comes out, and then we have, you know, an actor likeness we can use. I guess that would work. But I just want to see, you know, one of the pizzerias or Fazbear Frights, any of them would make great maps for Dead by Daylight. Springtrap would make a fantastic killer. Boom, Dead by Daylight. I love Dead by Daylight, and I want to see Springtrap be a killer in Dead by Daylight. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody.
I also think, like, wouldn't it be like a cool mechanic, like if they had a Five Nights at Freddy's map in Dead by Daylight, like if they used like the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from FNAF 1.
Oh, exactly.
Wouldn't it be like a cool mechanic if like you could actually go to the room and look at the mechanics to see if you can try to find the killer? You think that'd be too OP, or you think that'd be really cool?
I don't think that would be, okay, so I don't think that would be, I think that would be a cool map feature. I think where it would work better would be as whatever survivor comes with it, Mike or whoever, I think it would be one of their survivor perks. I think one of their survivor perks would be something that's like, and it would literally be called like security cam or something like that. And it would just, for like as long as you activate it for a limited time, it reveals the aura of the killer.
Yeah, they could actually, now that you mention it, they could totally like play that off with the canon of the cameras, and so like every time you use it, you can only use it for like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds or so, then the battery dies and you have to wait for the battery to recharge. The battery doesn't recharge in FNAF, I know, but if you want the ability to work in Dead by Daylight standards, then that can work. And I was also thinking, like, instead of, like, it being an ability, like, you just go to the room and any survivor can interact with it and look at the cameras. The only cost would be you're standing still and you don't see or hear the killer, like, coming up behind you.
I think that they could absolutely make that sort of mechanic work.
I think that would be
easy.
Yeah.
I think that, I just had something else. God dang it. We were talking about the auras, aura reveal. Nope.
Can they also do,
one of the other survivor perks would have to have something to do with the flashlight. Like, it would essentially be like a perk that's like, you know how to use flashlights, and it just expands the effective radius of it, right? I think that would be really cool.
So what you're saying is you want a perk that makes flashlights useful.
Hey, you can use flashlights, you just gotta be real careful.
How can you use a flashlight on someone like Pyramid Head? He wears a helmet.
I already made that joke, I think, in the last podcast. No, I made it the other night when I was playing and I came back in the game. Either way, regardless, because you just can. That's how.
Okay, so yeah, have a perk that makes flashlight. Wait, who used? Oh wait, yeah, they use the flashlight in FNAF 2.
Yes. No, they've used lights in every FNAF game.
Okay, well they use camera lights, but not like a flashlight in your hand.
Well, no, they just use general lights. One time it's a flashlight. In the first game, it was just lights in the hallway. I think Sister Location used flashlights too. Like, flashlights are a part of the game, but it's just lights in general. You know, when you shine a light on the animatronic, it freezes, essentially. Like, that's how it works in oh, well, that's when it's, yeah, no, like, you shine a light to see that it's there and it prevents it from getting you, that kind of thing.
With that being said, what if they had a perk, and this is like a one-time use, like every game you can use this once, where you light up the map for like a short period of time?
Okay, I think that might be pushing it. What do you mean?
So, like, you know how maps can either be filled with fog or can just be really dark? What if, like, in honor of FNAF, like, you know, always shedding lights on the animatronics, what if a character or a survivor had a perk they can only use once a game, where they just light up the map, making it easier to see, like, from one end of the map to the next for a short period of time? Like, it's like 3 seconds, like how long anyone would turn on a flashlight in a FNAF game.
So the only reason I don't think that would work is, A, it would involve clearing the fog and then re-adding the fog, and I don't know how easily that could work. I think they'd have to change some stuff around. B, they would have to change the lighting, I think. It's been a long time since I studied game development, so I can't quite remember how easy that would be for them to do in a game like Dead by Daylight, where everything has, you know, like a set light value already. But also, C, I feel like that would just hurt the survivors more than it helps them, because also the killer can see everything. You know? Like, survivor perks are supposed to pretty exclusively benefit the survivor and vice versa, so I feel like having a perk that just kind of cucks everybody wouldn't really have much of a use, you know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But
yeah.
I guess you can also say, like, only the person who's using it can, like, have the effect, but that just wouldn't make sense.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're just talking about having a powerful flashlight.
Well, yeah, but, like, that's not... Okay, I don't know if any flashlight can light up an entire map, so this would just be, like, something like an internal ability, and, like, from what I understand, survivors don't have, like, any, like, magic shit.
I also think that if there is an ability to brighten the entity's realm, which is pretty trademark, always dark, it would kind of break the lore of the game, because it's like, hey, you have the ability to create light and break the darkness, and the darkness is the only thing keeping you here. So why are you here if you can break the darkness? You know what I mean?
I thought we were only here in Dead by Daylight because all the gates are shut and you have to fix generators.
Oh, well, I'm thinking deep lore, baby.
Oh.
Deep lore! Also, everybody go read and look up and watch the videos and do everything about the Dead by Daylight lore. I really like talking about it. Each character has their own lore. The entity has a lore. It's a good time. Also, Cheryl finally gets her Christmas sweater in like 3 days.
Hey!
I'm so happy.
Christmas
I don't know why I said finally,
sweater.
like this isn't the first Christmas since she's been here. This is the first Christmas and she's getting one. I want a Pyramid Head Christmas skin that wraps like holly and tinsel around his pyramid. I think that'd be really cute.
Christmas sweater.
Exactly. This could be Pyramid Head, guys. Come on, get Dead by Daylight devs, come be on the podcast and just let me talk your ear off, please. Or you talk my ear off. I want to hear. I want to learn. I love Dead by Daylight.
It's Pyramid Head with a sweater. Oh my god.
Yeah, this okay, there so the Carlton is Cheryl, the Grinch is Pyramid Head. Oh,
I mean,
god.
the top of his head is pointed like a triangle.
Make
it's totally
the Grinch
Head.
a killer in Dead by Daylight.
The Grinch doesn't kill, does he?
Not that we see.
Oh my god, I don't like this version of the Grinch you're making.
Make Mike Myers Cat in the Hat, the live action Cat in the Hat, a killer. He kills. You know he does.
This is gonna fucking when Dead by Daylight just becomes all fun and games with the killer. Oh wait,
that is what we
is.
go back to a lot in Dead by Daylight. Is a lot of times we wind up just going back to like, hey, you should make fucking the Creeper from Scooby-Doo killer. It's like, that wouldn't work. Also, then you'd be murdering Scooby-Doo, and it's like, oh, I don't want to see that, you know?
Yeah.
I do genuinely want to see like a kid-friendly alternative where it's like, Okay, so the best comparative I thought is a Mario version where the killer is a Mario villain and obviously the survivors are Mario protagonists. And so you could literally like have it be the core four, Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach being the four survivors who started out, and then have it be like Bowser Jr., and I guess Wart to keep the Super Mario Bros. 2 trend going as the first killers. And instead of killing them, you just put them in cages like he does with Peach. Like, I think it's a super easy transition to, like, obviously you'd have to redo the elements, but it's the same mechanics, you know?
Listening to you talk about that, I just thought of a really, really stupid idea for fucking... No, actually, you know what? Never mind. Let's go on to the next topic.
What happened?
No, I don't know how my brain works, but I just thought of a really stupid idea of just, like, new survivors and new killer. Like, and I was thinking, like, you can totally apply that by Dead by Daylight, but then, like, when you actually, like, try to connect the dots with my idea and Dead by Daylight, in no way does this add up or make any sense, and so that's why I wanted to back out. So I'm sorry for making a big deal about it.
The only reason I'm putting a pin in it is because we are approaching 20 minutes on one topic. Again, twice in one video, which is what happens when your only criteria is talk about this thing you love, which is fair, and it makes me happy. So Sam,
Yes.
What is the next topic? What is your next memory?
So the next memory that I have, I'm going to start talking really slow so we reach to the end of this podcast.
You can talk about it while finding the picture, my man.
I'm not. I'm actually just being a dick. Okay, so for my next topic, I'm gonna go with, and I really hate how much I'm looping about this with similar to my topics from the last podcast.
No, that's totally fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring up my time with Assassin's Creed Valhalla again because I put over 100 hours into that game, and I can't help but talk about it. So here's a little funny story for you. One moment when I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there's a point in the game, or at least if you're trying to 100% complete it, when you're gonna have to, like, if you want to get all the achievements, one of the achievements is you have to 100% every land, which means you have to find all the treasures, collect all the artifacts, and do all the world events. And the world events are the biggest pushover because it's always like, go here, talk to this person, let them explain their problem, and if you skip the cutscene that they have, then you're gonna have no idea what's going on because there's no objective markers with them. It's just they tell you the problem and you just go do it. So at one point I was like grinding through, trying to do all the world events, and I decided to say fuck it for this one world event I came across, and I skipped all the dialogue, so I was just like, I'll figure it out. So I skipped the dialogue. So I was on the mission, I had no idea what to do, so I just take a guess for what's around me and what the person was telling me after the cutscene. And I thought it was gonna be like, oh, you want me to burn this house down? Okay, I'll do that. And so I pull out a torch, I throw it at the house, it starts burning down, she starts screaming, yes, this is what I want. I was like, okay, perfect, the quest should be completed any moment now. So the house continues to burn, and then she walks inside of the house, and I'm like, oh wait, did she want to commit suicide and I just helped her with that? Was this one of those moments where, like, I can do this, but I also have the option to walk away? Well, gee, now I kind of feel bad. So I walked inside the house following her, see if I can interact with her any, and someone is already there sitting on the bench, and it's a guy, and so she walks up and sits next to them. And then they start cuddling, and I'm like, wait, where's this going? And then the house continues to burn down, and and then I just hear from those two sitting on the bench, now's the time, my love, let us commence. And I'm just like, wait, are they gonna what? And the
You
dialogue,
what?
And so at this point now, this is Ubisoft, so they're supposedly having sex while the house is burning down. So Eivor just leaves, and so the house is so I'm sitting outside of a burning house now, and then all I hear is, yes, faster, I'm almost there, this is perfect. And I'm just like,
God.
what the fuck is going going on?
Oh no! Oh my god!
And then on the fucking dot, and the moment I say what the fuck is going on the screen, I see world event complete. And I'm just like, really?
Oh.
And that's my story.
Holy crap.
You what, mate?
I don't know how to process. It's a world event. It altered the landscape of society as we know it.
Well, yeah, because I burned a house down and then helped 2 people get off.
Probably the hottest sex of their life. Hey!
Hey!
Oh, Sam left. There he is. Nice.
I always come back for seconds.
I always come back. But we already talked about Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'm not going to bring it up again.
That was a FNAF quote?
Yes. There's the end of Sister location has a I think it's like a perfect ending cutscene where he says I always come back. Or maybe wait, I might be mixing things up. But yes, that is the FNAF quote. Anyway, that's bananas. I still need to play Odyssey as well. Not Odyssey, I do still need to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I need to play all the Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah, well, definitely I would recommend playing that, but also like if playing a game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like those big games, like there's so much to do, and like, so yeah, I'm recommending you do it, but also no hurry. It takes some commitment.
Yeah, but I mean, like, most of them are on Game Pass now. I can get at least the first 4 on my Switch. Yeah, there you go. See? It's Five Nights at Freddy's quote.
You can get
it's a Five Nights at Freddy's. What?
What Assassin's Creed games can you get on the Switch?
1 through 4. I think 1. Because they have the... No, they have the... Fuck. Let me double check. I think you can get the original 3. I know you can get the Ezio trilogy. Assassin's Creed Nintendo Switch.
Because if they had the whole Ezio trilogy on the Switch, like, that's pretty impressive, because that's 3 big games.
Well, yeah.
And, like, Switch doesn't really have a whole lot of, like, space to work with, so, like, if you
download... Yeah, it does. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm just saying,
Okay, it absolutely has enough to handle the first 3 Assassin's Creeds.
You say
or, like, the Ezio trilogy. Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, if I were to go right now to my living room on my Switch and download the Ezio trilogy, digitally, like, this is the exception, it's gonna take up, because I don't have any external hard drives, like, that's gonna take up all my space. Like, the only games other than the Ezio trilogy I'll have installed after that will probably just be Mario Kart. Like, cause that's 3...
Oh, well, I mean, that's a problem with the Switch overall. You have to buy an SD card to really get bang for your buck.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm saying. Obviously, like, I know how the Switch would be able to run those games, but it's just like... I mean, I feel like Nintendo has to be aware of just like, yeah, you can get these games, but also, how many games can you have at once?
Yeah, I mean, that's not an exclusive Nintendo problem, though. The Xbox One was the same way. And I don't know enough. Oh, the PS4 definitely was too, because I had to move stuff around I have like 5 games on my PS4 with no external hard drive, and that's all I am capable of having on it.
Yeah, I'm glad that both Xbox and PlayStation are working, are trying to help with that now by having like all the like next-gen consoles like have 1 terabyte of space starting out, and that's without an external hard drive. So that kind of helps, but also like this is also a next-gen console we're talking about, so I don't know how big the games are going to be later on.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So right now it's good, but later on we might run into the same problem.
Also, so the only 3 Assassin's Creed games that are on the Switch are Black Flag, Rogue, and 3.
Black Flag, Rogue, and 3. So none of the Ezio games.
None of the Ezio games. No, I was mistaken. I thought they did. I could have sworn that I heard that they put at least the second one on there. But oh well. What are you gonna do?
What
Be wrong, I guess.
What you gonna do with that big fat pie?
Nope. None of that. I'll disconnect you from this Discord, so help me God.
What you gonna do with your next topic?
Let's do a lightning round. Lightning round. Oh, wait. Okay. In the Cool Kids Chat Club, Sonic Saber 25. Hi, Sonic Saber. Hi, Sai. Sonic Saber 25 said, how about that Super Nintendo World theme park in Japan? And oh my god, how fucking about that Super Nintendo theme park in Japan? Sam, did you watch the new Direct on it?
I did.
Oh my god. First of all, looks amazing. Second of all, more importantly, I literally cried when when Mario and Luigi came up and they took a picture and he went, all right, y'all go off. Dad's busy. I was like, oh god. I don't know why it got me so much that he called Mario and Luigi his kids, but it really got me. Oh my god.
I can see that. Like, that's very wholesome.
Have you seen the plans for the Donkey Kong stuff?
I think I have. I remember you showing it to me.
I showed it to you a long time ago, and I'm digging it back up so I can show you it right now.
Digging through the archives.
There it is. As you know, I am a big fan of the
this.
monkey. I love Donkey Kong, and it's gonna be... God, it's gonna have a minecart coaster. Oh! It's gonna be so cool. I'm so excited about Super Nintendo World, which for me is weird because, you know, I'm a big Disney Parks guy. I have never had any even passing interest in going to Universal. Never have. Didn't think I ever would.
Spider-Mans.
I do not care. Also, he's coming to Disney, so I extra don't care. But this, oh god, I care about this. Oh, I remember the day they announced it, because Disney was still working and still plugging Pandora at the time, which really tells you how long this has been in the works.
Yep.
But they announced this, and all I could think was, wow, this is a really good counter to Pandora, because no kid in the world gives a shit about Pandora. Like, yeah, it's pretty, but only adults are gonna care about that. It only has 2 rides, and it's just, you know, like, Mario has more appeal, I think. Especially if the rides are good to draw in people who don't care about Mario.
Well, see, yeah, that's kind of like the big kicker. It's just like, yeah, you got Avatar, but Avatar is just the one movie. Mario is many games and TV series, long-lasting arcs of content.
And the thing is, it's not even, sorry, hold on. Okay. It's not even that it's just Mario. For right now, it's just Mario. But it's called Super Nintendo Land for a reason. Like, if they intended for it to just be Mario and Donkey Kong, they probably would have just called it Super Mario World, you know?
Yeah.
There is I feel like they mentioned putting Zelda in there at some point, but I have a hard time digging up the quote where I saw that. But regardless, there is absolutely a reason why it's not called Mario Land.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I swear to God, man, like if they put in if they do put in Zelda, I don't know the quote you're talking about, so I don't know what's going on with that,
I'm gonna see if I can dig it up. Come on.
But like, I swear to God, like if they put in like a Zelda area where it's just gonna be like Hyrule, like town center of Hyrule, similar to Ocarina of Time and/or Breath of the Wild, like holy crap, I would want to go into many buildings as possible. I swear, what if Hyrule Land came out? Hyrule Land, I don't know why I said that. But like, what if Zelda Land came out in Nintendo Park, and there's a game where you try to smash as many pots as possible? Whether it be digital or physical, I don't know how you do physical, but like, holy fuck, I fucking buy that for $1.
Okay, so I found the picture. I found the original picture that spawned this. I'm gonna copy paste it. But so this plan, and I know that it's really hard to see, but this plan shows like the Florida plan. So the ones that I would likely be going to more includes a Mushroom Kingdom area, Kirby's Kids Playground, Donkey Kong Island, which we have now seen, Hyrule Zelda's Kingdom, in addition to the big Mario Kart stuff.
I am really looking forward to that Mario Kart stuff. I would eat that up.
This is gonna be so cool. I think it's a really bold choice, although, like, you know, with Pokemon Company being a separate entity, it kind of makes sense from a legal standpoint. Kind of surprised that they didn't throw Pokemon in there somewhere. Although, like, you know, plans change, expansions happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Disney, or sorry, nope, different park person. It's weird having to talk about them as a park person now. Nintendo, if you just want to get so big that you just turn all of Universal Studios into like a Nintendo universe, I'd be okay with that. I think everyone would be okay with that. Take Comcast down a peg. Fuck Comcast.
I just had this thought, because this is a Nintendo themed park, Mario is a big part of Nintendo and all the Mario-like characters. I wonder if like there's ever that store you can go to where you can buy Mario and Luigi hats. I wonder like which will get sold more, Mario hats or Luigi hats.
You know what? If there are more Luigi stuff available, then it's just more for me. But we'll talk about that later because we are in the very end. It's time for lightning round, Sam. Pick one more thing, one more quick, super fast story that you really enjoyed this year, and tell it right now. Go.
I want more Rick and Morty. Season 4 ended early spring 2020, and fuck, it was not worth the fucking wait. I don't know why the hell they did half the season late 2019 and then the other half early 2020, but I want more Rick and Morty. I don't want to have to fucking wait halfway into each season. I don't want to watch 5 episodes, wait 6 months, then watch the other 6 or 5 episodes.
Sam, this doesn't sound like something that you enjoyed for this year.
I enjoyed the fucking episodes. They were good.
There you go. That's what you talk about here.
Yeah, I enjoyed the episodes. I did not enjoy the wait.
No. Don't talk about
I enjoy Rick and Morty. I love Sanchez burping into my ears. Rick and Morty. Fucking Rick and Morty. 100 years. 100 years. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. 100 years.
100 years. Morty.
All right, and my thing that I am grateful for is I am grateful for this year back on YouTube, because it's the first year that I did YouTube taking it super duper seriously. It is the first year, and I started to see a lot of support from the community and from my friends and from a lot of people. I have seen steady growth. I gained almost 100 subs in less than a year, and that's pretty darn impressive, guys. I'm really proud of that, and I'm really thankful for all of you, and I'm really grateful for that. Every time that I get on and I see a new sub, it lights my heart up, man. I really enjoy it. And someday I'll be at Super Nintendo Land and I'll run into one of you and you'll recognize me, and I think I might just cry. So until then, Sam, do you have anything to say? No, wait, I'm not done yet. Sam, I'm grateful for you too. That's one of my other favorite memories. We had talked about keeping this podcast going and restarting it for a while, and Sam, I am just so proud that the only week that we missed since starting it up was Thanksgiving, where we just didn't have one because it was a holiday.
More crying! More crying! I don't know how to respond to compliments. I love you too, man. Oh, God.
And on that note, that is going to be wrapping up for this LUIGINATOR podcast, and it is also wrapping up. We have one more video going up tomorrow that I finished recording today, but that wraps up 2020 for LUIGINATOR. Thank you all so much for joining this year. It has been a great few months because I technically didn't get started until like May. I really enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the new year. Sam, do you have any parting words for 2020?
How about that 2021?
Yeah! Woo!
Yeah! How about that airline food?
2021! Hell yeah! Woo! All right!
We're getting there. You're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting
there.
there.
It's great. Flying cars, maybe. Save the planet.
So you can hear me knocking on wood.
Hell yeah! Knock on all that wood.
Hell yeah! My knuckles hurt. I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Fuck yes! 2021.
I'm passing out.
LUIGINATOR out. See you later, friends.